we're basically like talking about stuff, and he just out of the blue, like he kind of goes, like, oh, the things I'm good at, and you know, one of the things he's like, I'm good at killing people, and you know, his eyes got like really big, and I kind of laughed. I thought he was like talking about like, you know, in video games like Call of Duty or something. I just had like an awkward laugh. I'm like, like it's just weird. Like I found it weird. He's like, I'm serious. He turns around and grabs these fucking these pill bottles, puts it on the table. He's like, this is what I gotta do to function. And I was just like, what the fuck? And basically, and that's when he told me, he's like, oh, I'm a veteran, I went overseas, and yeah, that's when he said all that stuff. And it was just absolutely brutal. You know, this guy I feel like these meds and stuff like give you acquired autism, because like this guy, I was literally pacing around the store, you know, just because I just wanted to get out of there, and this guy couldn't even read my body language, you know, at all. Like he just kept going on and on and on. He's talking about like, oh, the mark of the beast is here. The mark of the beast is here. Look what they're doing in China. They're putting chips in everybody. And it's just, you know, I just didn't even want to hear it. He also told me, he was saying like, oh, answer me this. Are these things before or after Christ? And, you know, he's like, oh, elevators, escalators, vending machines. Like he starts naming all this stuff like iPhones, and I'm like, after Christ? He's like, nope, they're before Christ. And he even said something about dinosaurs. He was like, oh, you believe that dinosaurs were here? And I said, I don't know, because I already knew this guy was going to say something crazy, and I just said, I don't know. I mean, I guess because no one really does know. I mean, we got the fucking bones, but that shit could be anything. But yeah, you basically go, this is what he said. He's like, oh, the devil placed the bones here because he wanted to confuse the man, and the earth is actually around 2,000 years old. It's not as old as they tell you. And I'm like, all right, dude. It was just like annoying to listen to, because, you know, I'm there for 3.5 hours. This guy's leaving to go on smoke breaks, you know, every 5 seconds. And it was just so bizarre. You know, I just couldn't wait to get out of there. And he gave me a bunch of free stuff. He gave me a Dead Island 2 poster, a Five Nights at Freddy's poster that he had like a ton of. And I didn't even walk out with a console. I didn't walk out with anything at all. So, I don't know why this guy was so trusting. He kept telling me about, oh, I don't trust anybody. He told me this whole story about how like some game store that's similar to his, like a family member went there and they disrespected them, and he bought the whole store out to prove a point, and they went out of business. He's like, I don't play around. You know, his eyes just brutally bulging every time he's like, this is the hilarious part. This dude literally would, anytime he thought he said something shocking or important or whatever, his eyes would just get super big, you know, just like a puppet, just bulge, like just brutally bugged and bulged, like anytime he thought he said something important, or I guess he was like waiting for me to have a reaction to it or something. But yeah, anytime this guy like went out to go for a smoke break, he would leave me in the store for like a couple minutes, and like I could have easily put shit in my pockets, like, you know, because there's no cameras, anything. And I don't even know. Apparently, like, I think he said the reason why there was a bunch of stuff on the floor was because, like, from his warehouse, like, he was trying to bring in new stuff. He was, like, showing me pictures of that and, you know, everything that he has. And, I mean, the guy knew his shit. Like, he knew what he was doing. He was trying to explain to me how to, you know, buy, sell, and flip games and do that for a living. I mean, who knows? Because, like I said, I mean, not a single person walked into that guy's store in that whole 3.5 hours I was there for the first time, you know, the first encounter I had with this guy. Maybe he's money laundering. I have no idea. But, you know, he's trying to explain to me, oh, I'm banned from every GameStop because I buy everything out. I know my stuff. I know you go behind the counters. They got, you know, old vintage games. You just got to ask and you buy it out and resell it. And, he even pulled out these pair of, apparently Nike prototypes worth 10 grand. He's like, I wear these shoes. I don't care. My friends say I'm wasting it, but I don't care. I like the shoes. I wear the shoes. And I don't know, like, just everything this guy, like, came out of this guy's mouth, you know, just, again, he just wouldn't stop talking. Anytime I tried to get a word in, he just kind of cut me off and just keep talking. And I kind of wanted to say to him, like, dude, I kind of want to get the fuck out of here. Like, I'm sweating my nuts off. It's like 10 billion degrees. I don't even know how the fuck you're coping in this heat, dude. Like, he wasn't even sweating. That's the brutal part, you know. with his misshapen bowl cut. He just was going on. And the second time I saw this guy, which was when, I bought an Xbox, I pretty much was asking him about the military, because I already knew from the first encounter that, he was talking a little bit about it. But the second time I asked him, any military stories, what was it like, all that kind of stuff. And he pretty much, I already knew he had PTSD and all that stuff, because it was apparent, from all those pill bottles he just plopped on the desk just to, show me. But, he basically said, he was like, oh, you want to know what happened to one of my buddies? And he said that, he got shot in the top of his head. He had a seizure. And he told me, when he was having the seizure, his face looked like the ghost mask, the ghost face mask from those Scream movies. And he said that when he was having a seizure, the part of his brain fell down his face and went into his mouth while he was having a seizure. And, again, his eyes just brutally bulge and bug out. And I guess he's waiting for me to say something. But, seriously, what do you even say to that? Wow, oh my God. There's, I don't know. He's just waiting for me to have this reaction. I was just kind of wow, dude. I mean, that is fucking nuts, But he was also telling me something, too. He was oh, the casualties during war, they don't know that most of it is friendly fire. And, he was trying to tell me, that's a secret, they try to keep from people. Oh, well, when you're in the military, you make lots of enemies and there's lots of people that you don't like. And that's usually 90% of the casualties is from friendly fire. That's what they don't tell you. That's what they don't tell you. And, he, again, the brutal bug eyes. And I'm just oh my God, just awkward silence. And then, I basically try to say wow, dude, that's crazy. And then he'll start talking again. He even told me his friends are all on disability. Two of them came home and just, this is the hilarious part. The way he described it, he's you want to know what happened to two of my friends? And I was like, what? Because he would just ask questions. He'd be you want to know how this happened? And you can't really say no. So I'd be how? Why? And basically, he got his two fingers, put them to the side of his head and went, and I'm and his eyes just brutally bugged out again. And I'm wow, that's sad. I'm sorry that happened. He's yep, they were my best friends, but man, hey, it is what it is. And it's just, he's you want to know what happened to another one? I'm what? He's oh, he's in a mental hospital. He's not a functioning member of society at all. And I'm wow, that's sad too. He's I'm a survivor. I take my meds, I take my stuff, I'm a survivor. And yeah, again, I was just you know what, after hearing that dude and just seeing how he acts, I'm I'm not joining the military after that. There's just just no way. Again, I mean, the only reason why I keep thinking about it from time to time is because of that reason of just having nothing going for me. I mean, lots of dudes have the same problem I do. I mean a lot, especially this current day and age. And for people like me, everything just kind of sucks in general. So I guess I just been thinking long and hard. And again, yeah, this guy just saying that, and I don't know, it was really weird because you just never expect someone like that to be working in a game store, knowing all the stuff he knows. He's oh, I know how to spot everything counterfeit. I know how to spot fake games, cards. You show it to me, I know it. And I mean, yeah, it was just beyond brutal, talking to this guy. And I'm about to go back there because apparently Xbox is taking away, old Xbox 360 games. So I kind of want to have a couple just because I don't really have any discs. And the brutal part about it, is I lost my old Xbox account, which I've had for probably 12 years. And that just proves my point. Video games in general, again, they just kind of went stale for me around 2015. I haven't ever enjoyed a video game since then. I haven't even really talked to anybody online since then. And pretty much I lost my account, and all the games I downloaded, I must have spent easily over $2,000 on it. And I have nothing now. So, you know, might as well have the disc so you always have it. And who knows,